Praise the Lord. Welcome to a daily broadcast, the Word of Faith. So I'm speaking on the rapture for all this week. Now, one of the sign for the second coming will be the building of the third temple in Israel. You know, the first temple was destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar. The second temple was destroyed by Romans in AD 70. Since then, since 2000 years, the Jewish people never had a temple. You understand? Now, before the second coming, before the Lord's return, the third temple will be built. We don't know the exact location. Now, the location must be on Mount Moriah, where these two temples existed before. Okay, now you know that there is a Dome of the Rock there. So we don't know how it is going to be. It is going to be beside that, or we don't know how it is going to be. But all we know is that according to the prophecies, the third temple will be built. You understand this? Because that is very important. Why that is important is because the Antichrist will come and sit in the temple and he will say, worship him as God. 3.5 years, there is going to be peace when he comes as a political leader. Okay? See, he's going to wear a suit, he's going to be like a leader, the Antichrist. Okay? Now, after 3.5 years, is going to declare himself as God. And he wants the whole world to worship him. And then the Jewish people will realize, because until then they will not realize, they will welcome him because maybe he will help them in building the temple as well. Maybe he will bring the political unrest between the Arabs and Israel. He will bring peace between Israel and the Arabs, maybe. Even in the world also, he will negotiate and bring peace. So for 3.5 years, he will be celebrated. You understand? But suddenly after 3.5 years, he will show his true colors. He will go in the temple, he will sit there, and he will say, worship him as God. Then the Jewish people, by the time, the tribulation will start. 3.5 years of tribulation. Those who don't worship him will be tortured. And then he will put a mark on them. Okay? He will put a mark on them called 666. And only those who have that mark will have the power to buy or sell. Such a torture, such a torment, those who refuse the mark, they will be beheaded. If they put the mark, they will be thrown in hell. Imagine, even then there is a chance, but this is a very, very, you can't imagine that torture and that pain. You can't. That's how it's going to be. You understand this? So, these days are going to be so dangerous. You know what the kings will do? Look at the people will do. Because they can't bear the torture, the persecution of the Antichrist. Revelation 6:15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, every bondman, every free man will hide themselves in the dens, in the caves, in the rocks of the mountains. They will, because of this Antichrist, they will go and hide themselves in the rocks of the mountains. And you know what they will say? Verse 16, Revelation 6:16. And they say to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sit on the throne, from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who is able to stand? You see this? They will go and hide themselves in caves. They will request the mountains to fall on them. For the great day of his wrath is come, who is able to stand? My God, what are those days? You can't imagine. Please understand. See, the Bible prophesied about the pestilence, about the pandemic. At the time, nobody believed. We saw it with our eyes. We saw what's going to happen throughout the world. So can you imagine if what is prophesied in the Bible happened in our time? Israel is birthed in our time. Think about that. Think about all this. The Bible is true. The Bible is real. You have to believe the Bible. You understand this? So you have to be prepared. You have to get ready. You have to live a holy life. You have to be baptized. You understand this? And you have to be ready for the second coming. Okay? God bless you.